I didn't believe the note when I found it. It was folded into the back of a drawer in the apartment I had just moved into, wedged so far in that it felt like it had been hidden on purpose, not forgotten. The paper was old, slightly yellowed, but the writing wasn't faded at all. It said very clearly, "Do not look into the bathroom mirror at 3:13 a.m." I remember standing there for a moment, reading it again, waiting for it to feel like a joke or something harmless, but it didn't. It felt deliberate, like whoever wrote it expected someone else to find it eventually. I almost threw it away, but I didn't. I kept it. That was the first mistake. The second was checking the time that night. It was around 2:40 a.m. when I woke up. No reason, no sound that I could point to, just awake, staring at the ceiling with that strange feeling that something had already happened and I had missed it. The apartment was quiet. Too quiet. Even the usual background sounds, the faint hum of electricity, distant traffic, the settling of the building, all of it felt reduced, like something had lowered the volume of the world. That's when I remembered the note. I told myself it was stupid, that I wasn't actually considering it. But once the thought is there, it doesn't leave. It sits in the back of your mind, slowly becoming louder than everything else. At 3:12, I was already awake. I didn't need to check the time again. I just knew. There's something about waiting for a specific minute that changes how you experience time. Every second feels longer, heavier, like it's stretching just enough to make you aware of it. When it turned 3:13, nothing happened. At least, not immediately. I stayed in bed for a few seconds, almost relieved, ready to laugh at myself for even thinking about it. Then I heard it, a soft sound from the bathroom. I held my breath without meaning to, listening, trying to convince myself it was the pipes, or the building, or anything that made sense. Then it came again, this time slower. That's when I got up. The hallway felt colder than the rest of the apartment. Not dramatically, just enough to notice. The bathroom door was slightly open. I was sure I had closed it before going to bed. I pushed it open the rest of the way. The light was off. The mirror was directly across from me, catching just enough of the hallway light to reflect a faint outline of the room. And for a moment, everything looked normal. Then I stepped inside, and that's when I noticed something that didn't make sense. My reflection wasn't moving exactly with me. Not obviously. Not in a way you would immediately react to. Just slightly delayed. Barely noticeable unless you were already looking for something wrong. I froze. My reflection didn't. It adjusted a fraction of a second later. I remember feeling something drop in my chest, that slow, heavy realization that builds before panic actually hits. I told myself it was just my eyes, the lighting, anything that could explain it. So I moved again. Slowly. And again. It followed. But not perfectly. Always just behind. That's when I heard the breathing. Coming from somewhere inside the bathroom, but not from a clear direction. I tried to look away from the mirror. That's when the first twist happened. My reflection didn't. It kept looking straight ahead. At me. Even as I turned my head slightly to the side. I felt my throat tighten when I realized that. Because it meant something very simple. I wasn't controlling it anymore. I forced myself to look back at the mirror. And this time, it smiled. Not a big smile. Not exaggerated. Just enough to change the shape of its face. But I wasn't smiling. Not even close. I stepped back immediately, and this time the reflection didn't follow at all. It stayed exactly where it was. Standing closer to the mirror than I actually was. Like it had taken a step forward on its own. The breathing got louder. Then it spoke. Not out loud, but I saw it clearly. Its lips moved, and I heard the voice inside my head. It said, very quietly, "You looked." I couldn't move. I couldn't respond. I just stood there, staring at something that was no longer pretending to be me. Then the second twist came. The reflection tilted its head slightly and said, "Now I don't have to." And before I could understand what that meant, the light flickered, just once. And when it came back on, the mirror was normal. Perfectly normal. My reflection matched me again. No delay. No movement. Nothing. The breathing was gone. The room was silent. I stood there for a long time, waiting for something else to happen. Nothing did. Eventually, I left the bathroom. I didn't sleep the rest of the night. The next morning, everything felt normal again. Too normal. Like nothing had ever happened. I almost convinced myself it hadn't. Until I noticed something small. Something easy to miss. When I checked my phone, there was a photo in my gallery. Taken at 3:13 a.m. I don't remember taking it. It was a picture of the bathroom. From inside. Facing the mirror. And in the reflection, I was standing in the doorway. Looking in. But the angle was wrong. The photo wasn't taken from where I was standing. It was taken from inside the bathroom. Closer to the mirror. Like someone else had been there. Watching me. That would have been enough. That should have been enough. But the part that hasn't left me since, the part that I still don't understand, is what I noticed later, when I looked at the photo again and zoomed in, because my reflection in the picture wasn't looking at the mirror. It was looking directly at the camera, like it knew exactly where it was, like it knew who was holding it. And the worst part, the part that makes it impossible for me to stand in front of any mirror for too long now, is that sometimes, when I walk past one, I get the feeling that I've already looked at it that day, even when I haven't, like something else did. And it didn't need me anymore.